SEO stands for search engine optimization. And what that means is when you go to Google, like if you put in ABC avocado, and let's say that's a catering company, then that's going to come up.
Right.
But people already know you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more like brand recognition.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually wanted to rank for, let's say, high-end organic catering,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't just come up for that, you actually have to write content.
Mm-hmm.
So your website has to have content about organic catering. You've got to write blogs that are on site. You've got to build some off-site.
And in those blogs, using target keywords that the potential customer or client is going to type into Google. So,
right.
The forethought to think, somebody might search for, avocados, and we want to do 20 different variations of avocados in this county and avocado catering and all of this kind of thing.
Right.
That's going to generate a lot more results than just plugging in your business name.
Yeah, there's also some tools that people can use if you're watching right now. A lot of mistakes that business owners make is they think they know what people search.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the business owner, you know the most, but the customer doesn't know anything.
So maybe working or teaming up with somebody who is committed to the business.
Right, maybe a fresh set of eyes.
Right, exactly.
But then also there's software out there where you can actually look to see what is being searched.
Mm-hmm.
So you should do that before you start building content, because how do you know what kind of real estate to build if you don't know who's going to show up?
Right.
Like we use the AdWords keyword planner
Mm-hmm.
on Google. It'll actually tell you what volume of searches will happen per month.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also use a tool called SEMrush, and you can put keywords in there too, and it'll actually give you suggestions and give you different types of content and questions that people are asking, right? So you have to know where the traffic is. The other thing that you want to do too when you're doing SEO is actually look at your competitors. Because most of the time if you start from scratch and you try on your own, you're going to cost yourself a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But by using SEMrush and some of the tools that our agency has, we can actually look at your competitors' ads and shortcut that path so that we're actually on the right track immediately.
And then develop a comprehensive strategy that's going to target all of these things.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, and then could you talk about backlinks a little bit? What is a backlink? What does that mean?
Yeah, so a backlink is just if you were to create a Facebook business page with a URL and a link, and that has relative content to your keywords, then that's going to help raise up your domain. It's almost like superheroes on Marvel or DC Comics. It's like if you hold hands with Wonder Woman, you're going to get powers. And backlinks are kind of like holding hands with somebody that's going to raise up your website.
Right.
But it's just I would say probably the law of influence. When you have good people around you, it raises you up.
Right.
When you have bad people around you, it kind of pulls you down. A website's the same way. So if you're connected to, let's just say a Facebook and a really cool LinkedIn presentation, and you're on Pinterest and you're on some of these high domain authority sites.
Or someone's Instagram account.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to bring your Google ranking factors up higher, having social media links on your website, having Google Maps links on your website. It all sends a signal to Google saying this site is relevant.
Right.
So this is a typical report for our clients. I think the biggest fear for a lot of people that are actually hiring someone to do SEO is they have no transparency. They have no idea what the person is doing. In fact, just even as of last week, I talked to somebody paying somebody $5,000 a month, and they have no report.
They don't really know. They don't have much to show for it.
Right, exactly. So we like to be really transparent with people so they know exactly what they're getting. This is what we're doing every month for this one client. We're building out 703 links per month. And it goes everything from social bookmarking to social media optimization, classified videos, search engines, image sharing, articles, press releases, blogs, different podcasts, business citations, and then document sharing. So for example, if we go to Tumblr, you can see that some of these URLs are very specific to, this URL here is very specific to the keywords. And then we're building out all these before and after shots with the phone number. And for somebody to sit in an office and do all these things, it would take them forever. That's just one link. So we're building all these microsites. And Tumblr is a high domain authority. So we know that, that's going to be beneficial. But I mean, these are all links. We provide the username and the password, and that's social bookmarking. If we go to classified ads, we're building out classified ads. Again, all these contribute to the ranking factors.
And that's all just for one client.
One client, exactly. If we go to SMO submissions, we build out alias social medias that aren't official to send social signals back and drive those up. And it goes everything from social bookmarking to social media optimization, classified videos, search engines, image sharing, articles, press releases, blogs, different podcasts, business citations, and then document sharing. And if you look over here, even just after 2.5 months, we have them on the first page of Google, in position 10.
Yep.
So that's great movement. We usually don't tell people it's going to happen that quickly. But if there's not a lot of activity, then we know that by building these links and actually doing all the necessary factors that we can get the improvement. And most of their keywords are all moving up. What they say, there's actually some good materials on Google. They say that you really should have a good 1 to 2 year strategy when it comes to SEO. You shouldn't it's like planting a flower in the garden.
You shouldn't expect it to grow overnight.
Right. Yeah. And if it doesn't grow overnight, you don't jump up and down and get a hammer and beat it up and get upset.
Patience is
on week 2, right?
So and then some of the numbers that are still lagging behind, and you're finding them on page 6, let's say, of your search engine, being able to target those, and bring them up to the first page. So looking at the report and setting up a strategic plan going forward.
I mean, the overall thing is we go after the ranking for the keywords, but as we write the content, even if you're going after 50 keywords, after 6 months, you're probably going to be ranking for about 300, 400, 500 keywords because within that 1,000 words is other words too.
That start coming up.
Exactly. The ones you aren't focused on that are just necessary.
There's exponential growth, essentially.
Exactly. So, and that's social bookmarking. If we go to classified ads, we're building out classified ads. Again, all these contribute to the ranking factors.
And that's all just for one client.
One client, exactly. If we go to SMO submissions, we build out alias social medias that aren't official to send social signals back and drive those up. Article submissions. Here we're submitting articles to Facebook and Medium and Evernote. There's a lot of SEO companies that don't do any content creation. They just build backlinks. And you need the content element. So this is the off-page articles. But then we have on-page blogs too that we're writing and publishing. And for the doctor, he doesn't have time to write articles because he's busy.
Maybe he's not a writer.
Exactly. So we put that up in order to get it ranked. Here's press releases here, live journal, PR sync, and we're writing it again. It's focused on specific keyword strategies, blog submissions, Blogger, video submissions. We're putting up videos on YouTube and Dailymotion. Search engine optimization, RSS feeds. We also do image sharing. So most of the times people will provide this huge Google Drive or
just
Dropbox or whatever. Content is like assets. So if we get more assets, we can push it out on the web, we can get better results.
We can build more with it.
Yeah, so we have a client that's a Mercedes dealer. And when we first started, we thought, I don't know if we'll be able to do as good as who they have. And they were actually with a designated partner for the Mercedes umbrella.
Was hired by corporate?
Yeah, hired by corporate. So a lot of times when there's partnerships, what happens is that now people don't start to ask questions. They just assume that those people are doing what SEO should be. And so, we started digging and we started looking at it, and literally now, after almost a year, they're getting calls from all the other dealerships in all the other cities because they're upset because we're basically outranking every dealership within 100-mile radius. And that makes us aware that all these other dealerships really aren't doing what we're doing. They're probably just sitting on their laurels thinking they're getting what they should be.
And their SEO development is what's driving all of that.
Exactly. So. And when you say SEO, I mean, a lot of people get confused because they don't understand SEO. But I mean, I just went through content, image sharing, document sharing, SoundCloud, podcasts. It's almost everything under the sun that we're doing on the back end that creates those results. And the biggest question is, what is the SEO that you're getting? Because some people do SEO on just Google My Business, and that's it. No content, no blogs, no podcasts, and they call it SEO. And some people, we give people a report like this. I've literally seen reports that are like a paragraph of chicken scratch in an email, and that's their SEO report, and I'm like, that's it?
That doesn't make sense.
And I'll ask the client, like, what are your keywords? And the client's like, well, what do you mean, what are my keywords? They're just doing SEO.
So they've never even asked them.
They've never even asked the question. So a lot of people don't know the right questions to ask because they don't know what SEO means.
And it's not even their fault. It's just like, it's a relatively new thing that everyone's kind of now understanding is huge. But if you can have the knowledge like what we've just talked about, that's going to make or break your business. So.
Right. I mean, because what we do takes a lot of work. It's not like pressing a few buttons.
Right.
Here and there, we put a lot of thought into it. So we want to get the right customer where it's like a win-win, where we can help them grow and we grow. If someone doesn't have the right mentality, which I call just like a long-term marathon mentality for business, then they're not going to be in business too long.
Right.